It's been a while since we have done one of these, so grab your cup of tea or coffee, and today we're going to be chatting a little bit about confidence. What is it and how we can learn more of it? There are some areas in your life that you feel a little bit more confident in, and some areas maybe not so much. Like for me, for example, I'm really confident making YouTube videos, but not so confident when speaking Arabic, even though I've lived in Dubai for the last 10 years now. I think confidence is something when you have belief in your ability to figure things out. That is a soul-driven confidence. And when you have that mindset, you're willing to take more risks to achieve your professional or maybe your personal goals. And having self-confidence is really empowering because when you have belief in your ability, you tend to be more successful. And that success creates a positive feedback loop, right? Where confidence breeds more confidence. So how we can learn to have more of it? Earlier, I gave an example that I'm confident making YouTube videos now, but that was not always the case. When I started my YouTube channel, trust me, every time I sat down in front of the camera and talk aloud in my room, I was so incredibly nervous. And I think it boiled down to my lack of self-confidence in what I was doing. And I think we all have that inner voice, right? That inner critic that says we can't. And then I learned from reading the psychology that confidence is directly proportional to competence, meaning getting really good at something. And the only way to get good at something is by putting in time and energy, right? It's just about repetition, doing it over and over and over again. And you just keep at it, right? Even if you make mistakes, even if things seem really difficult that time, but you just keep at it. You keep doing it over and over and over again. Like a couple of years ago, I would never have been comfortable filming in front of the camera, right? But I think every time I sat down in front of the camera, put that record button on over and over and over again. I want to make sure that initial goals that we're setting for ourselves that aren't so complicated. Because if it's so difficult to achieve, that's a major blow to our confidence. That's why you're always seeing us say at Pickup Pearls that can you break down your goals into smaller, more achievable steps, right? And I keep repeating this quote by Earl Nightingale that success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal or ideal, which means that you are successful at each and every step you take towards achieving your dream. Let's say, for example, you want to be a professional photographer, right? So instead of telling yourself or setting the unrealistic goal that you want to become a pro at this overnight, we would instead see how we can break this out into more smaller, achievable action steps. Let's say first goal would be learning how your camera works, right? Just learning different kind of settings. Then the next goal might be trying to shoot your subject in different lights, right? To find that mood or style that suits you. And then once you have mastered that, then you can add another goal. The next goal might be learning your editing programs. And bit by bit, you're building confidence by building competence, right? You keep at it, you keep doing the work, making the task such that you also enter into a flow state. Then when you do overcome each step, each phase, one by one, that's how you build your confidence. I think the other important thing to consider is that a lot of us tie our confidence to our image, like how do I look? And we have this old school of thought that if I'm not in my perfect body shape, right, or my hair doesn't look good that day, or something in terms of my image is not what I want, right? And what's happening is that we lessen our sense of self and our confidence is lowered, right? And this is not happening in just physical manifestation for a lot of people. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't like my body, right? So I'm lacking confidence. But why is your confidence tied to your body? Some people are like, I'm so embarrassed by my website, right? It is not as nice as other people's, right? So I'm lacking confidence. But why is your confidence tied to your website? Some people are like, oh, I'm so much embarrassed that I only have 50 followers on my Instagram. But why is your confidence tied to your number of followers, right? So what we do is we externalize our confidence and it causes so much pain. And that's okay if you're in high school, right? Because you're immature and you don't know any better, right? And everybody by the end of high school had better learned that your confidence should not be tied to external measures, right? Or perceptions of others based on our image. Actual confidence came from the process, right? From our willingness to get in and do it, right? Believe in our ability to figure things out and the fact that we showed up and we did it, right? We think that it's the outcome that gave us the confidence, right? But actually it's the progress through the struggle that gave us the confidence, right? It's not the number of subscribers or the weight of our body or how we look, because those external things are always gonna change. Guess what? Today you're gonna hit a certain look and then you want a different look, right? Today you're gonna hit that number in your bank account and then you want a different level of bank account. If your confidence is rooted with those external things that are always moving, you will never feel self-confident, right? You will always feel deficient. And because we didn't give ourselves enough psychological credit, right, and the identity as a striver who strived, who knocked it out, who get it done, we didn't reward the effort. Instead we tried to celebrate the outcome. So I think what we need to do is we need to reward our efforts, right, the progress through the struggle, instead of just focusing on outcome or external rewards. I believe the real confidence, the soul-driven confidence, is the belief in our ability to figure things out, and saying that I believe that I can figure things out, I can learn, and I can do it. So you already have achieved things in life because you have already struggled through things. The problem is that you have not given yourself sufficient credit, right, for the efforts, for the progress, for the struggles that you have done in your life. More often try to reward your efforts, right, instead of only celebrating the outcome. Now I'm hoping you and I are gonna become more confident by putting in the time and being persistent, right? By appreciating and giving ourselves more credit towards our efforts and rewarding ourselves on the struggle and the process instead of just the outcome. Now, if you have any tips of your own on how to build confidence, then let me know in the comment section. Maybe tell me in what areas you would like to become more confident in, right? And if you enjoyed watching this video, give it a thumbs up. It really means a lot to me when you do. Also, if you'd like to join us on our next training session, which is the Successful Life Roadmap membership program, if you're trying to figure out your purpose and you're trying to find out that clarity and you feel lost and distracted, then go and check out the link in the description box below. And I just want to provide some strategies and tactics and tools so for you to become more successful in life. Thank you for enjoying this cup of coffee with me. I hope you have a lovely week. I will see you in my next video.